So it's been a tough decision coming here to talk about this sensitive topic, which is cancer. And based on the recent happenings with Blessing CEO, it's triggered a lot. I just want to, share my thoughts about this. And as someone with first-hand experience, caregiver to someone that has been on this cancer journey, my experience all throughout the journey with my dad of blessed memory, it will definitely give so many people much more insight on what they really need to do when they are faced with some of these symptoms, and probably what you need to do knowing where you are at every point in time with this journey. The first video I saw about Blessing CEO coming out to claim she has stage 4 cancer immediately gave that flag off that no, this lady is definitely lying. For somebody that has been diagnosed of stage 4 breast cancer, you not knowing the stages or the procedures you've gone through, treatments you've gone through so far before coming to chemotherapy begs for a lot of explanations. And it shows that she was just out there to garner public sympathy and to make money off the public based on ignorance of this particular topic called cancer. Now, let us watch this video where she began to put out account numbers and all just to get funds from people that don't know what exactly. See, before people begin to throw sympathy, yeah, it is okay to be empathetic towards humans, but sometimes you need to take a step back and really ask the right questions before you begin to throw out those sympathies. And the only reason why I'm really irritated by all of this is because the real people that are actually going through this challenge may not get the right help which they need because of people like this putting up narratives that are not true, just trying to gather funds for their own selfish interests through claiming ailments like this. So, but let's watch this video too about where she began to solicit for funds, as well as how we analyze it.
My name is Okoro Blessing Nkirika, and I'm popularly known as Blessing CEO. I've been diagnosed with breast cancer.
The same you said you've been diagnosed with breast cancer. The same you, when you got on Arise TV, said you don't know anything about what your doctor did. You were just there and your doctor was doing, you were not asking questions. My dad was not so learned about what, in fact, we had no knowledge about what prostate cancer was, what cancer really was. But we all know cancer, when you hear cancer, it means it's more like a terminal ailment. So having to come up and say you have been diagnosed with breast cancer, all of a sudden you don't know what your doctor did. How did you get to the point where it's been confirmed that you actually have cancer? Every investigation that goes on in the hospital will definitely go from one point to the other, proper investigations from one test, from one scan to the other, before it is being established that yes, you really have this condition you're talking about. Now, for people having the symptoms and they don't even just base their reports on symptoms. Now you come, you're feeling sick, there's going to be like unexplained weight loss, maybe nausea, loss of appetite, all of that will come into place first before they now say, okay, fine, you need to run a test. For people with prostate issues, maybe they're unable to urinate properly. Sometimes that is what actually takes them to the hospital, and then the catheter is being inserted. Then proper investigations start from there. And so for people like that, you begin to hear you have to run a PSA test from there. You have having to do imagings like doing the ultrasound, doing X-rays. After all of these tests, before a biopsy is being recommended for you. And for somebody with breast lump, from the moment you went to the hospital, before it's even being confirmed, you definitely would have done an ultrasound to show that there's a breast lump within. And immediately that is done, the first thing the doctor would definitely recommend is for you to take out that lump, which is going to be taken for a biopsy for a proper investigation, which is going to let us know if it is actually malignant or benign. They can also do the cystology, putting a fine needle in, taking a sample, and running a proper investigation on it before it is being established if this is either malignant or just benign. That is if it is cancerous or not. And so having done all of that, the next thing that you might be referred to do, not even you going straight to an oncologist, investigations will be taken. You have the CT scans, the MRIs, before you talk about the PET scans. You would have been seeing signs. Like the last time I went for one of these health awareness stuff, they had personnel they doing the breast examinations and all, having other tests on ground that people can actually check before you go further to do a proper investigation if needed. And after the breast examination, you have some with fluid coming out of the breast. Sometimes it might be bloody, sometimes it might just be milky, and all. You're not breastfeeding and you're having those kind of symptoms, you are being referred to go and do the necessary investigations in a proper laboratory and through a proper medical practitioner. You're not just going to be referred straight to an oncologist. So let's keep watching this video.
Urgent surgery, the spread of gun. If you're taking off one of the bones.
An urgent surgery is needed to know how far the spread has gone. Make it make sense. If you're actually on the stage, well, it means there is metastasis. And if you're talking about doing a surgery to know how far it has spread, it is not you doing a surgery to know how far it has spread. It is all of these things has been established. And then the next thing they are telling you to do is you have to do the surgery to take out either the lump, or you are doing a surgery to take out the breasts that is affected. And if it is being noticed that it is going to spread to the other breast or it has spread to the other breast, then there can be an advice that, oh, we need to take out the two, or take out the one that is infected and do more, investigation on the second one. Not so you want to now do the surgery to take out the breast before it is being diagnosis, or before the interrogations, or before the checks are being done. Make it make sense, please. Let's go back to watching.